Yo, what up YouTube? Back here with another video. Today I want to talk to you guys about more sales stuff. I had the most insane dream last night, and I was closing tables, I was getting sales training, and I woke up with I literally was getting mentorship, and I saw notes on emotional selling versus logical selling, and ended up writing 2 pages of notes as soon as I woke up, right? So I want to share that with you guys. So you have basically, when you talk to people, you are going to have logical side of things of how things work, and then you're going to have your vision, right? The emotional attachment. So imagine I'm trying to sell you on a workout program, right? And I'm going to go through and say, hey, listen, you need 8 sets of 10 of the bench press, and then you go and you move on to 15 sets of the lat raises, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? He's going through all these different things. And you're like, oh my gosh, right? There's a whole laundry list. You have the symptoms of success. This is literally what was on the notes when I had my dream. And then you have on the other side, right? You have the vision, right? Imagine you see a picture of Ziz. He looks like a Greek, one of those Greek mythological guys, freaking jacked, just all the girls, whenever he goes to even McDonald's, all the girls that are like 20, his age, right, just swarm up to him. And it's like, oh my gosh, like, how do you work out, right? He's just wearing a tank top. He's not trying to show off. He doesn't have a shirt off. And they're like, how do you do that? Oh my gosh. The guys are giving him compliments. Like, how would it make you feel if you were that guy? And so there's a difference in impact when I speak with that type of, when I sell you on my vision for you versus when I talk about the logic. Because I could sit here and I could go through a whole list right now of you need to do this, then that, then this, and this, and that, and this. Boring, right? When a timeshare program, I can sit there and I can say, hey, listen, guys, you move this money, you move your points this way, you can use this program, you get access to this, where it has all these locations. That probably opens up availability, right? They're like, yes, it does. It logically makes sense. But it doesn't move you to want to go work out. It doesn't move you to want to take advantage of your timeshare program at the fullest. Or whatever you sell, cars, doesn't matter, right? So it's the vision that matters. So if I'm going to sell you on a workout program, I'm going to show you what all my clients look like. I'm going to show you the impact that I've had on them. And I'm going to show you that you can get jacked by doing X amount of workouts. And I'm going to paint the picture. Imagine how your girlfriend would look at you every night differently, right? Or your wife. You now are more of a man of the house. You're taking care of your body. You're taking care of things that need to get done. You are that guy. Like, how would that make you feel? And when you have that vision, then you backfill the logic. But you need to have the emotional picture first. And so, how do we do that, right? Because you could sit here, in a lot of sales trainings, what they'll do, you'll pay thousands of dollars, and you'll have sales trainings that say, this is a tie down. Hey, like our college professors. Okay, to sell, you need to get them to do yes over and over again. So you do a tie down. You can trial close them. Ask them before you show them the money if they're interested in buying. Like, oh my gosh. And you're going to get so wrapped up in your head. I sold in-house timeshare, the hardest sale in the world. I sold for 8 months. And I was on fire. And then I tanked and didn't even see a tour. And I blanked for 6 months because I was so focused on the logic. People do not buy on logic. Because my numbers make sense just as much as your numbers. And if I'm a sales guy sitting and I'm going to show you the math, I'm going to show you the math on why I shouldn't do it. It's perspective. And so how do we give them the perspective that you have on your program, right? So, okay, how do we apply this to sales? How do we apply this to life, our vision for ourselves? Well, one, you have to have a bulletproof belief that the program works the way that it says it works. That's the first thing. The second thing is you need to have absolute conviction in the transformation that anyone can have if they buy your product or program. The third thing is you need to have an intense urgency and a violence of action in your own brain that if they don't do this, they never will fix their problem, or they're going to have a whole lot of continuous pain from not having the solution to the product, right? So if they have a leaky roof, if they don't buy from you now to fix their leaky roof, they're going to deal with that. It's going to cause mold. It's going to cause health issues. It's going to cause issues, damage to the floor, right? You need to have that urgency in you that it's now or never. And when you do that, this is what every single top seller has. They will then backfill the logic on why it makes sense. So pause for a minute. I talked about a lot, right? Focus on your vision first. Why am I doing this? Why is this beneficial for this person? Why? Get your belief down, get your conviction down, and get your emotional certainty down, as well as your vision. Like, why is this program the best program since sliced bread? What does it do for people? And then when you talk to people, if you have that in your head, you will start to find yourself using trial closes, tie downs. You're gonna find yourself starting to connect the dots, starting to make other people feel important, and starting to actually have a genuinely good conversation with sales where you don't even feel like you're selling. You just feel like you're passionate about the program. I had a guy yesterday tell me, I could sell water to a seal. Like, okay, great. I appreciate that, right? It's awesome. But like, he could tell I'm not even trying to sell. It didn't even feel like I'm selling him. I'm just saying, dude, take advantage of this, please, for your own good. Like, this is saving you so much money. It's going to reconnect with your family. It's going to end up helping you spend the much needed time to decompress from work. And so when I have that conviction in my voice and that urgency in talking to people in a certain way, like, I don't sound like this. I sound almost exasperated, desperate now. But my point is, I'm desperately trying to get the point across to you that does not matter the words you say, but what you mean behind the words. It doesn't matter. It matters how you make them feel in the picture you paint, in the visual imagery, right? And earning their trust and earning the right to pitch, and then earning the sale by using your bulletproof belief, your absolute conviction and urgency, right, when you're talking about your product or services. So, long-winded video, and I didn't cover it as well as I'd like to, but I know I'm on borrowed time here because 1, I'm on break from work, and 2, my phone battery is about to die. But I promise you this, start to do that with whatever you sell. Don't talk about the number, whatever the horsepower is in the car. Talk about how it makes them feel, right? Stop talking about how the gas mileage is. Just imagine every time you go to the pump, you're not paying as much as you were for your truck because you're driving a Kia, and it makes you feel good every time you get in it. And imagine how it makes you feel when you pull up in a nice looking sports car that you got an absolute bargain, right? And you got a really, really luxurious product with all the technologies from BMW that make you feel like you're driving a multi-million-dollar car. And yet, it's affordable, and you don't have to break the bank to do it. I mean, can you see why so many people are picking this up? It's crazy. You know, I didn't even mention the fact that the steering wheel, you know, it makes you feel like you're driving a race car. Every time you get in a Kia, it's transformative, right? You feel a new energy when you go into work. You feel like you're on top of the world. That's why people drive Kia. So it doesn't matter what the product is. I could do it for tree work. Guys, imagine every time you come home from work, you know that you're investing in your family, and you're investing in something, not only is something you can sell later down the road, but how would it make you feel if you come home from a long day of work and you have what looks like to be paradise in your backyard? You have your kids swimming in the pool, and your trees are well cut, well kept, because that's how your life is. Everything's well kept. And you might have some storms at work, you might have some ups and downs in life, but you know you can come home to your yard and know that you have a safe space that you built and called home, right? You put time and effort and energy into it, and everything else in your life. Why not have a respite, a retreat you can come back to, you know? Guys, if your yard is messed up, if your trees are falling over, how do you feel that's going to impact you when you're trying to get your life organized and you see everything else in your backyard? Like, that's why I do tree work. So start to cut into that why, start to build your belief and conviction. And I promise you guys that in that urgency, and I promise you guys this, your sales is going to transform and is going to blow up. I gave this sales training to a younger guy, one of my good friends, and he's learning some sales stuff, and we both closed deals back to back right after this. I promise you it works. So anyways, go out there, have fun, help some families. I hope you guys have a fantastic Friday or whatever day it is I'm posting. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments, but I'm going to spit more game later. Thanks for watching.